Mixtape review. We all been waiting for this project, you know what I'm saying, since what, the 12th I think it was supposed to drop. JR Writer with Writer's Block 6 extended clip. Of course we all know that he got to go off and do a bid or whatever, so you know what I mean. Some people say it's for a year and some change, some people say it's for a couple months. Whatever the case may be, we all know it's about some Dipset shit. The reason why he's in the situation that he was in, whatever the case may be, you know, I wish him good luck. You know, I hold his head up, you know what I'm saying? I hope he get back out and get on his grind. He know the mistakes that he made. He get out, get past that shit, get back on his grind. But a lot of people say it's like over for JR, you know what I'm saying? He not in his heyday no more. And at the end of the day, let's get into it, man. As far as features, you got Cassidy, you got Fred Money, you got Papoose. And that's basically it, man. Ron Brown somewhere on this motherfucker, but at the end of the day, I don't think that this was worth all the pushbacks and all the bullshit that we had to go through to get it. And I definitely don't think that he put the track list together for himself for this mixtape, because it don't sound like a writer block mixtape in my personal opinion. That's just me. But the first track, I will say this. He did what Drake did on his intro for his album. He used 3 different beats. I thought that was pretty creative. At the same time, you know what I mean, it wasn't nothing new. Now, if we never heard Drake do it, maybe this would be like, oh shit, this nigga did 3 different beats, but we already heard it. And to say that he killed it, I wouldn't say that, because you can definitely tell the reason why he got the 3 different beats is because he went in there 3 different times. Sometimes when people do this, I just feel like they went in there with 3 different beats and they try to do 3 different intros, and at the end of the day, they just said fuck it and just put all of them mashed together, and definitely put it out there. But I still thought it was creative, you know what I mean? The Mike Tyson skit definitely was dope. He used the Michael Jackson Dirty Diana beat, you know what I mean? Talked about Dipset members, talking about people millionaires now, and basically they turned his back on him. He talked about his court case and shit like that. So at the end of the day, you definitely could see the steps to where he started it, went back, and then did some other shit as far as the court and the Hot 97 interviews and shit, and then came back and finished it. You know what I mean? So I can see why it took so long for him to put it out. But at the end of the day, I mean, the intro was great. Moving on to Good Day, definitely a dope beat. That sample was crazy. You already know JR got flows. His bars was on point. The lyrics was on point. I liked the hook, and the concept was straight. You know what I mean? Authentic, featuring Cassidy. Cassidy been on the last few of his mixtapes, if I'm correct. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely think they mashed up pretty well. It wasn't Cassidy's strongest verse, but it was cool. You know what I mean? I like the beat. Both their flows is on point. They both put them bars out there. You know what I mean? Them lyrics. The hook was okay in my sense. And at the end of the day, it was a good song. Fake Ones featuring Fred Money and Papoose. I already reviewed that. So if you don't know what I thought about the song, go ahead and go look at that review. But I thought it was okay. It was cool. Even listening to it with the whole project, I still think it's one of the better songs, but it's still okay. Triple Up, Ron Browse. It was okay in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I just think this song was a filler. It reminded me of that old JR with the whole grill 'em, and you know what I'm saying, that type of wave that had that Ron Browse, you know, when he had that jumping out the window track. I just think that sound is so dated and it's not really in no more. But you know, it had a cool beat. The hook was cool. His flows and lyrics was alright. It's kind of like a party track, but that's not really what I was looking for on this. Moving on, Make No Sense. Yet again, I thought that track was okay. You know, the beat was okay. The hook was okay. His flows was cool in their lyrics and shit. It had everything, but it just didn't have that aggression. I thought, like, with a title extended clip, I mean, you just coming to kill, and I didn't really get a lot of that hunger in the middle section of this mixtape. Then we go into number 7, Ralph. Definitely love this song, man. That beat was hard. The sample was dope. His bars and lyrics and flow was on point. You know what I mean? That was a good-ass hook. You know what I mean? The concept and the shit he was talking about subject matter-wise was just dope, man. So I definitely fuck with that record. Number 8, Sick As Me featuring Fred Money. Now, when these two niggas get together, they definitely do their thing on the project. You know what I mean? The beat was dope. The hook was fire. You know what I mean? The flow, he just was murdering this track. You know what I'm saying? I was like, God damn. Fred Money kept up right with him, though, with his bars and his flows and shit. and the lyrics just match well. Definitely a good song, you know what I mean? Moving on to number 9, Dark Paradise. The beat, crazy. That sample, that's one of the better tracks on here, man. He definitely delivered a nice flow. He put the right lyrics in there, the subject matter, that hook, crazy song right there. You know, I definitely fuck with that. Then we get on to number 10 with Double. Now, this shit was crazy because at the end of the day, let me go back to number 5 and 6. Really wasn't feeling them. It was really nothing, but it just something about them beats that I wasn't feeling, you know what I'm saying? But moving on to number 10, Double, he was just saying shit twice, and at first I'm listening to it like, that's kind of whack. But then the more you get into it and listen to it a couple times, that shit was definitely dope. You know, I like that flow, that beat, that hook was crazy. His lyrics, he doubling everything. You know what I mean? His bars was a fool with that one. So I definitely I definitely understood the concept for the song, the title, all that shit fit. It matched well together. I salute him on that. Thunder Nothing featuring Fred Money, you know what I mean? Definitely another track where he fucking with his brethren, you know what I mean? Hard beat, you know what I mean? I think Fred Money got him on this track, you know what I'm saying? His flows and his bars was crazy, you know what I mean? That hook was insane, you know what I mean? Them two on the track, it just fit well. Told You So, what more can you say when JR is getting on his shit? You know what I'm saying? A hard beat, you know what I mean? That hook, that sample, you know what I mean? His lyrics with the concept alone, the bars. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better track. And this is what I was saying. Like, why when it get to the end of the mixtape, he give you the best shit. And at the last track, man, that Thunder, cool-ass, smooth-ass beat. His flow was on point. He talking that shit. Them lyrics is on point. That sample hook, you know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy how he just ended the mixtape. But I definitely think that he should have went in more with songs like the last couple tracks from number 6 on down. Number 7 on down. I definitely would have took out 4, 5, and 6. I mean, you got to give it some variety on the mixtape. 13, I would have kept it at like 12 tracks, you know what I'm saying? Because I definitely know he has some more fire in there as far as, you know what I mean, going in there with them rounds and just killing shit. But at the end of the day, I give it an 8.5 out of 10. I like 10 out of 13 joints. The production, I give it 8.5 out of 10. You know what I mean? I just feel like number 12, he kind of melody rapping. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, it seemed like a singy-songy type hook or verse, but at the end of the day, he go into it and then he kills it. You know what I mean? On number 12, but he ended the mixtape strong. You know what I mean? Salute to JR. I definitely was waiting for this shit since it was supposed to be released and it got pushed back, but I definitely think that it's cool, it's gonna hold us over, but it's not gonna be nothing from Writer's Block 1 through 5, man. That's just my personal opinion, you know what I'm saying? And really, I think fans really started fucking with Writer about part 3. That's when he really was killing shit with the Writer Block series. But I definitely feel like, can this go up against any other ones? In my opinion, I'm going to keep it real, bro. Like, I don't think so. This can't fuck with 4 or 5, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Even if you want to pit the newer tracks versus the old tracks, but, I mean, you got songs like Triple Up, that sounds dated. Fake Ones, I mean, that just seemed like something that just was in the air. Papoose probably didn't want it or something like that. And I ain't throwing no shade. It's just that, I don't know, them 2 on the track, it worked, but then it don't work. You feel what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the 3 tracks I didn't like, 4, 5, and 6, I would have left them out. And I think definitely he would have had a solid project, you know what I'm saying, with 10 tracks. But I think some of us probably feel like it was a little too short. Because if you go back to Writer Block 1, you know, and 2, they had like 20-something joints on there. So, I mean, at the end of the day, we never know. I just would have really wanted to see him go in. Because JR used to put out mixtapes with like 2 discs worth of shit, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I would have definitely wanted to see a Writer's Block 6 and probably him do more work and put out a Writer's Block 7. Like, if you're going to be gone a year, put in more work so, you know, your projects can go on and on and on, you feel me? But at the end of the day, hey, you got to take what you can get, and I definitely salute him for that, you know what I'm saying? Free JR, you know what I mean? Free Writer or whatever, Thunder Gang, Thunderbirds and all that. And at the end of the day, man, he don't fuck with Dipset no more, and that's sad. But I mean, Dipset been known for a minute, but he made it clear he don't fuck with him no more. It's a wrap. And yeah, I definitely want to see him put out another album though, bro. Like, I think that History in the Making was a strong project. I bought it as soon as I knew it was it came out. And I mean, I always been a JR Ryder fan. Y'all know me, like I've been a Ryder fan, 40 Cal, you know what I'm saying? Them, my favorite two out of Dipset, along with Jewels and Cam before them bars and shit. It always was JR, man, straight up. So that's the review. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Y'all let me know what y'all think down there. I'll holler at y'all, man. One.